So do you also want to generate social media captions automatically? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to auto-generate social media captions using AI. So like you, I also used to generate the social media captions manually, but this is such a time-consuming and a tedious task. Also, it is a task to sound creative every time. So to solve this problem, I've simply created this amazing automation where what is going to happen is that as soon as I add my post details into my Google Sheets, automatically my AI agent is going to generate me the captions, and further we can add that captions back again into our spreadsheet. So to do this, we are simply going to create a connection between Google Sheets, my AI agent, which is OpenAI, and Google Sheets. And to create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to come with me towards my screen. Welcome to my screen. So in this video, I'll show you how to auto-generate engaging social media captions using an AI agent. So with the help of tools like OpenAI and Google Sheets, we'll create a workflow that turns product name or content topics into creative captions, complete with hashtags and emojis. It is perfect for marketers, content creators, and agencies. So let's dive in and let AI do the writing while you focus on the growth. Alright, so I have already created this automation. So first I'm just going to show you the proper working of this automation. So for that, I'm just going to enter the product name. I'm just going to enter the target audience, the key message, and the platform right over here. And once I'm just going to enter all of these details automatically, my AI agent is going to generate the caption and add it right over here. So yes, you can see that my AI agent has successfully generated me the caption and added that caption right over here in my spreadsheet. So yes, you can see with hashtags and emojis. So yes, you can see within seconds in real time the caption was generated and added right over here in my spreadsheet. So this is no magic. This is the power of automation which we're going to learn in today's video. And if you also want to create this amazing automation, then for that you have to watch this tutorial till the end. So to do this, I'm simply going to open a new tab and I'm just going to open the landing page of Pabbly Connect simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in our browser. And once we're going to open the landing page of Pabbly Connect, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on this sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month to explore the application. But over here, I am an existing user, so I'm simply going to click on this button which says sign in. And once we're going to click on this sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps. And over here, you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm simply going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connects account. And once we're going to click on this access now, it is opening my dashboard. And to get started, we are simply going to click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here, I want to save the workflow in this folder which says automations. On my dashboard, you can see that I've created multiple folders in which I save my workflows. So if you also want to create a new folder, you can simply go towards this create new folder button and create your own. I'm just going to save my workflow in this folder only, which is automations, and I'm just going to name my workflow as this auto generate social media captions using AI. And then we are simply going to click on this button which says create. And once we're going to click on this create, it is opening the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window of our automation because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by a trigger, and that's the particular reason that we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger in a particular workflow. And to get started, we are simply going to select our trigger application. So for my trigger application, I'm simply going to select it as Google Sheets. So I'm just going to search for Google Sheets and select it. And now for the trigger event, I'm simply going to select it as new or updated spreadsheet row. And now it is giving me a webhook URL, so we're going to use this same webhook URL in order to create a connection between between our Google Sheets and our Pabbly Connect's workflow. So I'm simply going to copy this webhook URL and then we're going to follow this help text. So it is saying log in into your single Google Sheet account and then create a new spreadsheet or navigate to the existing and then go towards the extensions add-ons option and then click on get add-ons. Alright, so we're going to do the same. I'm just going to open my spreadsheet and now from here we have to go towards this extensions add-ons and then we have to go towards this get add-ons. And once we're going to come over here towards our get add-ons, we have to add an extension in the spreadsheet which is Pabbly Connect webhooks. So I'm simply going to search for Pabbly Connect webhooks right over here to add this extension. And now you can see that I have already installed this extension. So over here, if you haven't installed this extension, you're going to get the option of install right over here. I have already installed this extension, so it is giving me the option of uninstall, but you can install this extension directly from here. And once you're going to install this extension, you have to refresh your spreadsheet. So it is a really important step to refresh your spreadsheet. Otherwise, you'll not be able to get the option of Pabbly Connect webhooks right over here in your extensions tab. And after getting this Pabbly Connect webhooks option, we have to go towards this and then towards this initial setup. And after coming over here towards this initial setup, it is asking me for the webhook URL and the trigger column. Alright, so I'm simply going to paste the URL which we copied from our workflow right over here. And now for the trigger column, I'm simply going to enter my trigger column which is D. So the trigger column will be your final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row will be sent towards your webhook URL. So for me, the trigger column is D, but for you, it can be something else too. Like if you have 3 details in your spreadsheet, it will be C. If you have 5, it will be E. So this trigger column will be according to your spreadsheet only. And once we're going to enter both of these details, I'm simply going to click on this blue button which says submit. And once we're going to click on this submit, it is saying setup configured successfully. So with this, we have successfully created a connection between our Google Sheets and our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now it is saying waiting for a webhook response, and in the notes it is saying do a test submission / record. So in order to capture this webhook response, we have to do a test submission or record. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to open my spreadsheet. Now from here we have to go towards this extensions Pabbly Connect webhooks, and over here we have to switch on this button which is send on event. So it is a really important step to switch on this button, because upon switching on this button, what is going to happen is that whenever a new event is going to occur in this spreadsheet, automatically my workflow is going to get triggered. Alright, so now after switching on this button, we are ready to do the test submission. And now I'm just going to do the test submission. For that, I'm just going to enter the product name, I'm just going to enter the target audience, I'm just going to enter the key message, I'm just going to enter the platform. And with this, we have successfully did the test submission. And after doing this test submission, Pabbly has captured the response for the same. And as you can see that Pabbly has captured the response. Alright, so you can see that now after capturing this response, with this we have successfully completed our trigger step. And once we're going to complete our trigger step, what is going to happen is that now whenever a new test submission is made or a new submission is made in the spreadsheet, automatically this workflow is going to get triggered. Now what I want is I want to auto generate social media captions using AI. So over here, I'm just going to select my action application as my AI agent, which is OpenAI. So I'm simply going to search for OpenAI and select it right over here. And now for the action event, I'm simply going to select it as ChatGPT and click on this connect. And once we're going to click on this connect, it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your OpenAI account with your Pabbly Connect's workflow, you can simply click on this select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and now it is asking me for the token. And to get this token, we are simply going to follow the help text, and it is saying kindly visit your OpenAI API key page to get the API key that you need to enter here. So I'm simply going to go towards my OpenAI API key page to get the API key. And once I'm just going to open this page, I can go towards this create new secret key button, and now it is asking me for the name of my key. So I'm simply going to name my key as social media captions. So I'm just going to enter my key name right over here, which is social media captions. And once we're going to enter the key name, we simply have to select the project too. So I'm just going to first enter the key name, and now I'm just going to select the project. And after doing both of this, we are simply going to click on this button which says create secret key. And once we're going to create this secret key, you can see that I'm simply going to copy this key right from here, and then we're going to paste it right over here in our workflow. And after pasting this, I'm simply going to click on this blue button which says save. And with this, we have successfully connected our OpenAI account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now it is asking me to select the AI model. So I'm simply going to select my AI model as GPT-4o mini. And after selecting this AI model, we're going to move on further. You can select any another of your choice too. It is asking me for the prompt, so I'm simply going to enter my prompt right over here. And after entering this prompt, I'm simply going to fill in the input, but we're not going to enter it manually or by copy pasting it, but instead we're going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Google Sheets as our trigger application. So we are simply going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only, and as soon as we're going to map these details automatically, my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. Alright, so I'm simply going to enter all of these details one by one. First, I'm just going to map this product name right over here. We're going to move on further. I'm just going to map the target audience right over here. We're going to move on further. I'm just going to map the key message right over here, and then we're going to move on further and map the platform. And now using these details only, my AI agent is going to generate me the caption. So once I'm just going to map all of these details, we can move on further and click on this save and send test request button so that my AI agent can generate me the caption using these details. And as you can see that my AI agent has successfully generated me the caption using these details. And now I'm just going to add this caption in my spreadsheet. For that, I'm just going to add another action step. And now for the action application, I'm simply going to select it as Google Sheets. And now it is asking me for the action event. So I'm simply going to select my action event as update a cell value. So I'm just going to search for update cell value and click on this connect. And now it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your Google Sheets account with your Pabbly Connect's workflow, you can simply click on this select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and now we have to click on this blue button which says sign in with Google. And once we're going to click on this blue button, Pabbly is asking me to select my Gmail account. So I'm simply going to select my Gmail account right over here, with the help of which I'm just going to connect my Google Sheets. And now Pabbly is asking me for some permissions. So I'm simply going to click on this allow and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because my data is secure with Pabbly. And once we're going to click on this allow, with this we have successfully connected our Google Sheets account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now it is asking me to select the spreadsheet. So as you can see, the name of my spreadsheet is social media captions. So I'm just going to simply select it right over here. And now for the sheet, I'm simply going to select the sheet which is sheet 1. Now we're going to move on further. It is asking me to enter the range. So it is saying enter the range of the sheet that needs to be updated here. We have to enter the range like this, column name plus the row index. So as you can see, the column name right over here is E and the row index is 4. So I'm simply going to enter E4 right over here, but we are not going to enter it like this manually. But over here you can see that what is going to happen is that if I'm just going to add another response, it will be E5, E6, E7 and so on. So as you can see that E is constant, but the row index is changing. So what we can do is I can simply keep this E as static right over here, but we can map this row index. So I'm simply going to search for row index and map it. Now we're going to move on further. It is saying enter the value which needs to be updated. So over here I'm just going to map the caption generated with the help of my OpenAI right over here. And after doing all of this, we are simply going to click on this blue button which says save and send test request. And yes, once I'm just going to click on this save and send test request right over here, yes, you can see that we have received the positive response that we have successfully added this caption into our Google Sheets. So I'm just going to open my Google Sheets right over here, and as you can see, the caption has been added successfully. So yes, you can see that with this we have successfully completed our workflow. And now what is going to happen is that whenever I'm just going to add all of these details till platform right over here, automatically my workflow is going to get triggered. Pabbly is going to generate the caption, and further the generated caption will be added right over here. And now we don't have to come back in again to our workflow to click on save and send test request. All of this is going to happen in backend. We just have to sit back and relax. So like I showed you at the starting of this video, automatically this workflow is going to work in real time, and within seconds the caption will be generated, and further your team can approve it and post it on your social media account. So yes, now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect. And while trying, if you have any questions related to the video or the flow, you can directly comment on this video. See you in the next video with many more automation tips, everyone. Thank you for watching. So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can connect many more applications. So now if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this URL. And now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect.